think I need a new frame. It is the evening when you're watching this video. Actually, that would be an incorrect statement. I don't know whether it's the evening when you're watching this video, but right now, in my life, it is 22:02. We've just come home from the office. We've been blasting through all the owner orders. It is absolutely sick how much support that I get off all of yous, each and every one of yous. Thank you so much. We are picking the e-bike project right back up where we left off last time. So, forks have been ordered. Forks are on the way. They get here. Probably I've already got them by the time you're watching this video, but I've not been able to show you because this video is a tiny day or so in the past. Now, basically, I've had many... Right, before we go any further, you will notice I'm wearing a black on black stealth owner hoodie. They're back in stock. You get a free t-shirt or a free jersey with every single hoodie, jacket, joggers or jumpers on the owner site right now. Go and check that out, link is in the description. Don't forget to add your free t-shirt with your ballin' stealth hoodie. Also, you get free t-shirts for £25 in the bundle deal. Go and check that out. Now, basically, this is where I'm at right now with the e-machine. I've ordered a set of bearings. You can get the basically this e-bike frame is called a specialised Kenevo. It's a specialised e-bike and it's their bigger end one, so it's the 180mm travel one. I got 180mm forks. They're gonna be insane. Now I've been left with some bearings in here and in me seat stays, which is the tube that comes off the back of the seat. I've got bearings here and also, oh my god, I've got no bearings in this one. Not that one. So basically I do have some bearings to get out. It's not going to be that bad. Basically, I've asked about 1,000 times, both on YouTube, on my stories, all kinds of stuff. And I've come to the conclusion that I'm going to do it ghetto this time. Because I've... You comfy? Okay, now, there's many ways to get bearings out of a frame. Usually, you're trying to preserve the bearings. This bike is 1.5 years old, so I've ordered new bearings anyway. So basically, I'm going to use a pretty classic method of getting these bearings out. There's actually a dog hair in my bearing. Now, oh my god, I didn't even think. Look at that for a brew. Look at that for a star brew. One of my mates told me you can get the bearings out of this pretty easy by putting a small socket in one side and a big socket in the other side and using the vice to push it out. We're going to try it. This is pretty sketchy, it's pretty rough. Even the linkage on the shock gloss black so that it's got like a pretty offset look. So I don't need all of them ones, although I should probably replace them bearings as well, but I think I'm just going to leave them for ease. But basically, we have to get, this is the bearing that I'm worried about. It's that long, it's got like a bottom bracket type bearing in it, and then 2 little ones on the outside. I'm just going to try and smash them out so I can get this off to the powder coaters, and then we're going to try and put them back in the frame properly. I've never done this. I'm really nervous. We're going to need some sockets. We're going to need to find a socket that's like the same size as the race in the middle. So what's that, an 11? I'm going to go for a 12. Is that a 12? It's a 14. I'd say that'll do. So we're going to start with a 14, as you can see under the lighting. As you can see, the 14 is a little bit smaller than the hole, as you can see. So we're going to use a 14 on one side, but maybe I would find it easier with a small 14 or a small 12, because then I don't have to open the vice up as much. Oh, doesn't time fly when you're having fun? Okay, we've got a small 14. Get rid of that one. Now we need a massive socket like that. to push the bearing into. So that one is a 23mm. We're going to attempt it with this. Wish me luck. I do love my e-bike like you would not believe, but I just want to do it myself. I'm so inspired to just do it myself. So I'm assuming that these bearings can come out either side. I pretty much don't care what condition they come out in. I would like them spare, why not? But I've pretty much decided to myself that the new ones come in like a day anyway. I bought 2 sets in case the frame gets dated and I want to do it again. So I got 2 sets of bearings. Sign me up. Starting out, GT85. Sure, you'll all give me an absolute rollicking for this, but I think it's going to loosen it up. Okay, I'm opening the vise up. Because basically, I need to put this like this in one side. And I think this is going to work. Obviously, I know you can't see much right now, but in a second, I'll get you in a bit closer. I've got one socket on the inside, the smaller one, and I've got the big socket on the outside. And the plan here is to push the bearing out. I don't know whether this is even going to work or whether it's just going to flatten one side of it. Take 2, I'm just going to knock them out with a hammer and a baluster. And basically if my bearings don't show up, I'm going to lose my bearings. So I will be right back in a second where we're going to try and get these out. So we're going for option B, which loads of people said, put new bearings in when you get the frame, but knock them out and destroy the bearings. That's what I'm going for because I want this thing powder coating ASAP. So I have a 17mm socket on an extension bar, one side of the tube. My God, they are really stiff, you know. I'm dead nervous about clamping stuff. I don't want to clamp my tube too much. Okay, take 2. Oh my good God. They won't come out doing that, they said. I'm going to try dead quick and hit it the other way. I'm worried that it'll only come out one way. I honestly don't know what to do. Maybe I should just take it to a bike shop and get them taken out. I'm going to try it again. I'm going to hit it hard. We're waking the whole street up, aren't I? I feel as if I was getting somewhere with the socket route in comparison to this way. This way just feels really rough. What I'm going to do, just for my own peace and sanity, I'm going to switch to the other chainstay and see if the socket pops this one out instead. In case it was just that wouldn't work properly. That's what I'm going to try this time. So now I have the other chainstay, seat stay. Now I'm going to see if these bearings come out a bit easier. Because them other ones were mental. It's so stiff. I don't feel as if you should ever put that pressure through aluminium. Basically. What has just happened? think I need a new frame. Oh dear. I'm trying to figure out whether this is the... I think it's just the... I think I've done it. I think it's the bearing casing on the inside is seized on. Basically, as you can see on the inside there. Oh, you can see that. I think that's the left side casing of the bearing. Because if you look, I've got one side here. It's all rusted and sealed. Corrosive. This is a lesson. Hey, that was crazy, that. Oh my god. I think I've nearly done it though. Now I need a socket that's like big enough to get this actually out. A lot of the paint's sharding off. I'm not too bothered about that. That'll all come off when they sandblast the frame anyway. As you can see, the outer casing is getting pushed right to the limit of the end of the frame. As you can see. Looks pretty crazy. I'm just going to keep going with this thing. See if we can get this thing out properly. It's nearly there. We're close. That's back socket. It's right in there. Pushing all the stuff out the other side. And now I'm hoping that the 17mm socket's not stuck. So, wow, what a journey. As you can see, on the inside of my frame, ready for bearings. We have a few little sections there where the old casing is seized to the frame on the inside, which I'm going to have to get off, so I'm going to have to put something in there and sand that down a little bit. It's crazy. So, I have good news and I have bad news. The good news is, I've learned how to get them out properly. And the inside of it should look like this, which has basically got a little metal ring in, which basically stops the bearings from pressing together. But basically I've absolutely smashed it out on one side. It's now like completely smooth on one side, as you can see in there. Got a tiny bit of it left, but most of it I've absolutely smashed out to death. Inside there, it's pretty much a smooth circle in there, and I could at least make it a smooth circle anyway. So the good news is I think it's going to be okay, because they have basically these. Let me just clean a bearing up to show you. That little piece of metal stops this bearing from kind of being crushed a little bit. I think it's going to be all right. I can't believe I've done it, but I think it's going to be okay. Basically, what I was worried about, it's kind of too tech to explain, but I think the metal on the inside of the frame stopped this washer from doing this, and so on, and moving around. But the bolt should do that anyway, so the bolt itself should hold it centered. You learn something new every day, that's what I'm saying. It's not a brand new frame, I'm stripping it down to paint it. I hope it's going to be okay. Only time will tell. We won't know until we get the bearings in and we swing it like up and down. That's the only time we'll know whether this is going to work or not. I can't believe I did that. But I'm happy that I've learned now to knock them out properly on the sides like so. So, having said that, I've got new bearings on the way, which is very lucky because they absolutely exploded into next week. I'm going to get the bearings out the back of the frame. Let's go. Okay, this bearing literally is a bit more like a bottom bracket on a bike. So you've got two bearings on this side without a metal ring and a spacer in them. I can see they're pressed together. And a spacer in the middle and two bearings on the outside. So I have got new bearings on the way, which means I can just knock these out. This is effectively the same as getting like a bottom bracket out of a bike. I think if I hit my hand another time, I'm gonna cry. One side's out. Oh my good God. Well, some of it. One side of it's still in. That's definitely an outer race still in the frame there though, if you can see that. That centre race is still in there. So that's got to come out. But this should get this out pretty easy on this side. Nice! So that's what should have happened first time round. As you can see, nice and clean. That's what I thought the back of the frame was going to look like. Shouldn't be an issue. I know it sounds proper crazy, but it shouldn't be too much of an issue on the back end of the frame. I just won't have the stability on the two bearings of the metal piece, but I don't think it matters too much because the shim should hold in the middle. We'll see. I've got a 14mm socket which is just catching the back of the race, the outer race, and I think it's about to give because there's a crack in it. Here it is. Oh my good God, that was what was stuck in it. That's the outer rate. That's like the outer casing on a set of bearings. So it is official. My frame's ready for paint. Summary of today. Basically, my new bearings are coming. I'm going to put my new bearings in once it's powder coated. I'm pretty confident that I've done the back properly, and I know that that'll go in nice and easy. That'll go in well. The back's perfect. I just need to cover up all the threads when it gets powder coated. There's no more bearings in the frame at all. The e-bike is ready for paint. I am, however, a tiny bit nervous about what I've done on the back of the frame, but I do think it'll be okay. With the shim in the middle still and the bolt running through, I think it'll be okay. I don't believe that the metal does that much in between the two bearings. If there was no room for a spacer in the middle, so you have like the inner housing on the bearings, you have like the inner silver section in the middle of the bearings. Basically, I think as long as something holds the bearings spaced apart, I think it'll be fine. Only time will tell. What are your thoughts? Is it going to work? Is it not going to work? Basically, we are officially ready for paint. So this thing's going in the morning, probably for the end of this video, for paint. Any colour suggestion ideas below in the comments would be unreal. I'd be so hyped if you could let me know what colours you think. And get excited, it's happening. It'll be interesting to see how that ends up panning out at the back. Personally, I think it'll be absolutely fine. I do wish I didn't do it, but I did do it, so at least I've learned now. And yeah, let's do this.